Hey all, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. The world is going through uncertain times and we all are in this together. We all are aware that because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, in US there has been lockdown, almost the whole of India is under lockdown and also other places around the world. I was initially refraining from talking about all this because there's so much already being talked about. But then I saw a lot of people panicking and getting depressed. We humans are social animals and we kind of, at a basic level, tend to start freaking out when we are asked to stay inside or locked down or not allowed to go out. So I thought of quickly talking about my experience of living under lockdown for almost 2 weeks now and also share the basic experiences and challenges that we're facing here or we faced. So I live in San Francisco Bay Area, and San Francisco and San Francisco Bay Area was basically the first one to shut down or order shelter in place, which took place on March 16th, 2020. So before that, already like a couple of cases had started coming. Like there was one case at Facebook, there was one in Amazon, and then because of that, a lot of those companies were already shutting down. And by shutting down, I mean they were basically asking or recommending people to work from home. So it was already stuck, kind of like started a week before that. And my husband had already started working from home 2, 3 days before March 16. But because I work in a lab and those operations, it falls under healthcare. So the scientists were still going to work. It was not yet anything that was different for us. Of course, we were trying to be more cautious, maintaining distance, and everyone was not working at the same place at the same time. Those things. But then at around 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m., I think the official announcement came that shelter in place has been ordered for San Francisco Bay Area, the neighboring counties, and then all non-essential businesses should be closed or they should just function work from home, but they cannot come out and function. So we are given some time though because this came at one and the whole lockdown, the shelter in place was supposed to be effective from midnight. So people obviously got time to do their shopping if they needed to and everything, and also wind up work. So we finished everything and went home. Um, and at this time, it was said that it will be till April 7th. Um, and then it started like we started working from home. And then on March 19, governor ordered to shut down whole of California, basically shelter in place. Pretty much everything was the same. It's just that one thing that was different here was there was no end date to this order. So basically until further notice. So it's kind of indefinite. So now we all know why this social distancing is important, why the lockdown is happening, why shelters in place is happening. So I'm not going to talk about that, but what are the things that was opened or that are still open, and what are the things that are closed? I mean, it's pretty much similar as I think it's in India or other places in the US or other places. So, of course, hospitals and pharmacies will definitely remain open. And then food, so grocery stores, food banks, convenience stores, they are open. Also, one thing here, the takeout and delivery is open. So, you cannot dine in a restaurant, but you can take out meals and you can still ask for delivery to get it delivered at your home. Also, the gas stations are open, banks are open, and then a couple of local government offices are open. Another thing that was allowed here was outdoor recreation. So initially, actually, a little bit of hiking if you're going alone was also allowed. And then you can go on a walk. You can walk your dogs out. You can even take your kids out for just a walk or cycling. But of course, you cannot go out in groups and maintain the social distance. The basic common sense of what you're supposed to do, the preventative measures as far as that is followed. Although I don't really see a lot of people doing that, but I still see some people running, going out on a run, or sometimes uh, walking their dogs. But I never see a lot of people at once doing that. If I see one person, I just see one person doing that. So now what's closed? As I mentioned, or any non-essential business that needs to be run from home, that is closed. Dine-in is closed. any entertainment kind of, gyms are closed, entertainment venues, convention centers, public events, so all that is like you cannot do that. So now coming to how are we taking it? So as you might have seen that stores were really a lot of pictures and videos that stores were literally running out of stuff. All the shelves were empty, but that was mostly a result of people really panic buying stuff, and that actually led to literally nothing on the shelves. But I think it's all restocked, and stores are really restocking everything. So it's not bad, it's not that bad. Of course it won't be the same as it used to be, right? Because this is so much is happening around the world, you cannot expect everything to be as perfect or as normal as it was before. But still people are getting food, people are getting what they want most of the time. And other than that, I think we have been ordering stuff online, and so we always order our grocery online. So that's what we were doing. We all know on what surface virus can stay for how long. Like on cardboard, it stays for 24 hours. So we are not touching the surface or trying not to if it's possible, and just leaving the packages as it is. Maybe it's being extra cautious, but I think that's what we all should be doing. And then we are disinfecting the packages, either washing them with soap or using disinfectants to spray the packages that we are ordering. Of course, we are not ordering a lot, trying to minimize that. And then other than that, we are working from home, so that is keeping us quite busy. Other than that, we are doing some other productive and positive things, like making sure to do some basic exercises or just walk around the rooms, so that we are doing some movement. Otherwise, as they say, those memes are going around that you're today you're this much and then you're gonna just become a hathi in those many days. So that is also something that we need to take care of, not just because you look like a certain type, but because you need to stay healthy, right? You need to move, you need to do some basic exercise for your well-being. And then also my parents are here, so trying to spend time with them, so spending some quality time with parents and family, also catching up with friends, and couple of other things. And one major challenge that I would say I'm facing right now is with parents, because of their age. Of course, we know they are at high risk, and other than that, also because of the comorbid conditions that they have. So my mom went through chemotherapy a few months back, so her immunity is still low, and then she has high blood pressure, and my dad is diabetic. So they already, because of the age and because of these conditions, I'm a little bit more worried about them. And other than that, the insurances, they do have the visitors insurance, but it's not that great. There's like a huge influx of patients coming in to the hospitals, and hospitals are not ready to handle so many patients. So that is also something that we need to keep in mind. Another thing is that I need to make some urgent visits to my doctor, and that cannot be avoided. So those are some challenges that we are facing. Other than that, I think overall it's fine. I don't think we can complain. I don't think we should complain. We should just try to do our bit, uh, by adjusting, by staying positive, by staying safe inside and keeping others also safe, and also, just pray, and also just pray, think positive, pray for the world. With all the tragic things that's happening around the world, I know it's hard to think of being positive, or now might seem like an unusual time to talk about being positive. Yet, staying positive is one of the major, how do you say, a core ingredient in this recipe of coping with the crisis. It always helps. And I really, really want to thank everyone who's working right now and helping all of us in this crisis. Not just the healthcare workers, but also the cleaning staff, the people who are cleaning, sanitizing everything, people who are working in the stores, the delivery people, police, the media person, people in the banks, and so many more. These are testing times, and I'm sure we'll get through it. Remember those days when we always wanted to stay home or spend some time with our family? Now is the time. You can utilize that. Now is the time to learn some new skills. Now is the time to maybe understand what's going on. There's so much that we can do right now. So rather than being like stressed, taking stress about it, we should try to do that. And also try to help people who are in need right now in whichever way that we can. On a lighter note, we all are superheroes, saving the world, staying at home, and doing our bit. Take care and stay safe.